she have a name?
She called her Dusty.
Dusty. Is she gray?
Yeah, she is.
That's cute. I like it.
She wanted to call her Midnight, but my son's like, she's not dark enough for midnight.
Maybe cloudy.
All right, and
meatballs.
kill the music, and here we are. Ta-da! Hello, we've got David and Jamie in the chat right now. For those of you who don't know who they are, those are some folks that I've been joining occasionally for their own streaming, which they have been playing, wrapping up Resident Evil Village. So occasionally you'll hear me in the background with idle chit-chat or attempting to scare them out of their wits' end at random moments, or just playing random sounds, like, for no particular reason, that you might round a corner and Pee Wee Herman just laugh. So good times. Actually, I reposted one of their compilations on my Facebook, and then I also, for you guys, they were the ones that I threw up in the Discord chat. The one where you heard me in the background with a little roar, which wasn't supposed to be a roar. It was a funny story behind that. They had me up really loud in their Discord, and I didn't realize that until I listened to the playback. And so I just kind of leaned into my microphone, and I just kind of gave a sort of sound. But I was up so loud that when you hear the playback, it's like this roar, like thunderous, like roar, and you see David just come unglued, like stop completely, freak out, and then he has to lean into his wife Jamie, just like, oh my god, just like trying to recover, sort of thing. So it was funny. I laughed. I actually played it a couple times just because it tickles me. I get a giggle out of it. So so that being what it is. So why don't we give an out of character recap, so let people who are watching kind of know what's going on, and to give a little bit of an out of character recap, obviously, to Todd as well. And then of course we can jump into character in a second.
See, where do we start?
Like, don't everybody jump in at once, but it's been a while, so.
Well, for Todd,
he's so far back.
For Todd, it has been, but for the last game, maybe we start with a brief overview of like what you guys have found out so far, and then where you're at.
Wait, like Todd, what is the last thing you remember?
The last time I played, Dale's character was just introduced that night. We were just meeting with Dale's character. So we went upstairs.
Did you meet Missy's character?
No.
No.
Okay.
I know about her, but I have not met her, because like Dale's character was saying that I would like to meet her because of the whole corpse connection.
Right.
Oh yes.
Okay. So where we last left off with you, Todd, we have some Remus bought some very expensive ghouls. We also learned that Susan and Jill are missing.
Mm-hmm.
They were last seen at the web. We have gone through a lot of detective work in order to find them. We discovered that the last person to see them was a dude named Ezra. We went to his house, kidnapped him. Killed/kidnapped him.
Planned to kidnap him.
Yeah.
Accidentally on purpose killed him.
See, that's more like it. Rachel's a little bit closer on the recap there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, Remus didn't do it. So we took Ezra to Benjamin and Scarlett's home, and we were conducting an investigation with his Frankenstein corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sophie invited Werewolf over, Painwise. We gained some more information from them, and we learned that after taking his computer, Ezra's computer, back to meet my one of my ghouls who has the ability to talk to computers, that well, and also like we hacked his phone and we discovered that he had delivered these two to Max Payne or Max Hate.
Next.
Uh, I thought it was Max Payne for some reason. It's Max Hate because I was mixing pain and pain wise and hate. Um,
Pain
yeah,
it.
so apparently this dude has you all have a history with him, but he has received the two people we're looking for, and he's got them in the mountains. They're locked in a they're in a cave, probably. We're hoping that they're still alive and they're just protecting themselves from the sun by blocking it in. But I think we are concerned that uh, we're about to get pulled into a Saw situation with Max Hate.
I like that. A stall situation.
Did I
Just
miss anything?
times.
And that little quip, my dear, has been brought to you by Remedict.
Yeah.
Patent pending, trade rights reserved.
Golden toilets you can trust.
Exactly.
Also,
there we go.
also
I don't think
Benedict,
there was any trusting going on in that house.
listen, if there's something you could trust, it's a gold toilet seat, which apparently the Haven has. So
Magnifique.
Okay, so
Nah,
where we're picking up is it is the next night. You guys were pretty much burning the day, well, the mid morning hours at that point to collect the information that you had. So at this point, it is the next evening. Presumably, you know what? Because there's urgency, everybody here has risen early ish, except Sophie. Give me a roll
Which one?
for your beauty sleep.
Yeah, what do I roll for that?
You need to make a
Don't usually roll, it just happens.
no. Well, I know because you usually wake up late.
Right.
We'll say it is a self-control check.
I forgot where that was on my sheet. 3.
Okay. So without assistance, you have managed to rouse your beast enough to rein in its sloth-like habits and get yourself. You're not terribly comfortable with it. You know, it's like, you know, you're used to sleeping in late unless you have help. But you set your alarm. You managed to rise with your alarm this time, and you got yourself up for the evening.
The things I do in this group.
So, and as you get up, there is a very dejected Cuddles looking up, from in between your legs, like the covers, and then like laying up, like just like he has this look of like, you set the alarm, really?
Look, my friends are in danger. We need to go find them. I'm sorry you couldn't sleep a little longer. Frankly, I'm sorry I couldn't sleep a little longer.
It's okay, Mommy. Just next time warn me you're setting an alarm. I'm used to you sleeping in.
I'm not even gonna respond. I gotta get ready.
Okay, well, he just does the like partial step over your legs and gets over to another part of the bed and does that sort of spin kneading thing to curl up to go back to sleep. So as you were getting ready, Damaris, you have gotten
Yes.
up. You've gotten up in the morning, or well, the night at this point. You're still getting used to more people being in the house. That and the fact that your child is in danger is putting you a little bit on edge. Why don't you give me a self-control check?
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, it's an instinct, so it's the appropriate like self-control or whichever one it is. Conviction, I think, is or something like that.
Okay. Well, they're both the same, so
Well, yeah, it's the same trait, but I can't remember which one appears in the line.
they're both there.
Okay, then it would be conviction for you.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
6.
I got 2.
Okay. So you're not testing the beast all that much, but you can feel it. You know, you're edgy. Everybody is down 1 blood point. And as we have not done this, and well, with the exception of Remedict, everybody is also down an additional blood point for any ghoul that you may have, as well as any feeding restriction you might have.
Good heavens. Let me just knock them all off.
Well, I'm gonna refill a blood point or 2 at the fridge.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess I can do that too.
Thank God for this fridge.
Fridge, though.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
benefits here.
See, you're knocking Remus's other side until you get to the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to kind of begrudgingly go, well,
Well, it could be worth it.
yeah. This was a good investment. And for those of you who don't know, we'll explain that in a second, but their fridge, instead of having a water faucet, actually has a dispenser specifically for blood. So,
Like, does it mix them all together?
no.
Well, that's good.
It usually only keeps the one on tap. It doesn't have like multiples. So it's obviously not that great for Ventru, but fine for everybody else.
So it's not a soda fountain.
Yeah, no.
Like a fountain.
Pick your poison.
Now, if that's something you wanted to invest in, like one of those old soda jerk sort of things, but setting it up specifically for different varieties of blood, I mean, you could.
So
That is a Benedict sort of thing, but Benedict, of course, only has one specific type.
He has to get a soda stream, like do CO2 in the blood. You know, some bubbles are there.
It's carbonated.
So is the default vintage?
Yes, the default
Benedict
vintage is what he likes. Yes,
makes sense.
Hawaiian punch.
What I'd like to do after I take a couple of glasses of blood, I am gonna scry again.
back to scry.
But this one I'm gonna look for Max.
Oh,
I don't think I did that
Maxwell
before.
Haight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not expecting to see anything because I feel like he might have some sort of protective thing on him, but I didn't try before. And it's worth trying now.
Sure.
All right. Intelligence and occult 4, 8. She's just gonna go to the sink and like fill it up with water and do it at the sink.
Sure. Okay, and plug it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
one.
Okay. Is it Maximilian Hate or Maxwell Hate?
Maximilian.
Mhm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. There's a 10. 3.
Okay. So you're going through your routine, going through your typical spell incantation and reciting a little bit in Gaelic, and then as you get your focus back on, you immediately come to a room that's dimly lit. Not so much that you can't see, but it's dimly lit. It's got like some candles and whatnot. And you see a guy kneeling in the middle of the room, ritualistically cutting himself slowly as he has some very loud music playing. And in fact, you recognize it as Pantera.
Can I see what he's carving into his skin?
He's not carving anything in particular. He's just making cuts.
Is there anything around him, like any symbols or books open or anything?
There are, but you immediately know you don't recognize them. They do look occultic in nature.
Well, any symbols that I can just draw real quick as a
Yeah.
reference to the book or something, I'm gonna just draw the symbol.
You absolutely can. Yes. In fact,
yeah.
he's listening to Cowboys from Hell. And he's just like slowly, just his muscles are tensed, and he's just cutting himself slowly with a knife.
Jeez.
He's also
are there
very
any...
scarred up, as far as you can tell. Why don't you, since you're doing this and you are distracted, you know what you have to do. So it's going to be a difficulty 7. It is wits and your say crafts for your art.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Because I remember you actually took some.
I did. I've got it at 2 now.
Yep.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, that
Crafts
was
and
specifically the
wits.
case.
Yeah.
And thank you,
Because
Cool
I
Lamp.
was not a good artist.
He subscribed
So
to our channel.
with-
He'll be appearing with us tomorrow night in the new superhero game that I'm launching. So that's why he said, "Bam!" from the Scorching Sturgeon is apparently his character's name.
The one.
Oh, he has a name.
Let's go.
I got 2.
Got 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do your best. It's not great, but it's good enough that you could readily identify it if you had to. You could actually probably spend a few moments to clean it up. To some extent, but you've got, this is one of those things that you wouldn't want to rely on it for spell purposes, but if you had to say, have you seen this before, it would be good enough.
That's exactly why I'm jotting it down to see, okay, if I've seen this symbol somewhere else, like in books or any sort of reference state.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the scars on his body, do I see, and that's what I'm kind of writing down, what I see on his body, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of it is just straight up scarring. That's easy to
Okay.
tell. Other parts of it look like there's some sort of design.
Okay. I'm basically at this point just gonna be kind of looking around his room, looking for any paperwork or any signs of like a location of where he's at. And then kind of panning out like I did with finding my child, kind of pan out a little bit to see if I can find landmarks around it to know where it's at.
Yeah. So in the room, kind of sparse. He does have a desk, but it looks like it was probably picked up secondhand or something. There's no real concern with the physical property that he has in here. It's just if it will work for whatever it is he needs. So he's got basically just a desk. It has a computer on it. The laptop looks nice. Desk does not. There's a rickety chair that he has in there. He has a 2 tables, just your typical fold-out tables. He has a Spartan bed. Yep. The other thing that you do note is there are 2 large cases in this particular room, one of which is open, and it is a rifle case. It looks like there is some sort of an assault rifle inside.
Okay. Can I see what kind of bullets they are? Just standard bullets, or are they like silver or anything special?
You can't tell on first glance, but he does have them clearly marked by some sort of like red tape, or not red tape, but like a coloring of tape wrapped around the base of each clip. So he does have different types of ammo, but you're not sure which one means.
Okay.
As you zoom out, as you are prone to do, you can see that it's an older house, based on, because you living here for as long as you have and scrying as much as you've done, you're kind of used to the bird's eye view of Ashland.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty certain he's on the south end of town, so opposite of where you guys are at. But on the rooftop, you see painted very sloppily, it says, "I'm coming."
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay, got the message. Okay. Do I see any particular like cross streets or places of note?
This is far enough out that there aren't really any cross streets. It's all like country roads. So so you would actually have to get a map out to figure out like what fucking road that was supposed to be labeled. You know, it's like it still technically is a road. It has a name, but like after a certain point, they just stop putting signs.
No. Okay. That's fine. I'll just kind of make a note of like a convenience store or something that I see close to the area just to note it.
Yeah, sure. Actually, you do find a you have to go over a little bit because using physical markers, you're able to use the freeway as kind of the main freeway that goes through town. You're able to kind of use that, and it is on the east side of the freeway.
Okay. Okay. So then after that, I mean, I'm gonna try to scroll and pan out and kind of look for, I guess, double check on her child, my child,
Her
Susan
child.
and
No, it's
Jill.
your child.
I don't know, my child.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again. Difficulty 7.
7. Ooh, wow. That's a 6.
Yeah, you have a lot of
1,
dice for that
2,
pool anyway,
3.
so I don't think it's going to be
Yeah,
a
I have a
problem.
lot. 4, and there's a 5 with a 10. 5 total.
Okay. So this time when you zoom in, it's not dark. There is a faint illumination coming from a cell phone. And it's from like the back LED light on it, and it's shining against some rocks. The cave is very small. It looks like they probably crawled in here and scrawled in blood along one side. You just see a quick note of like that says, "We don't have any time left. We're running for it. We hope you get this message."
She has her cell phone on. Is it possible to kind of like do one of those peer over the shoulder to see if the phone has service?
Yeah, it does not.
Okay.
And in fact, you can see that they left the phone to illuminate on the picture, and you can see that they're crawling out as you're looking in.
Crap. Okay. So they're like moving now. Okay. Okay. All right. So she's gonna kind of get out of that that vision and go out to find the others.
Okay.
Sophie and
Well, Dale, you and the small company have it was, the same night, so you guys didn't get everything that you needed to get to make it perfectly comfortable. But you've had worse arrangements. It's an actual roof over your head, not like something dripping or smells of rotten wood or whatnot.
Nice change.
Yeah, it's an actual house. Damn it. But you guys did before everybody went to sleep officially. You guys did manage to get cots. There's more on the way, but you guys did have something to sleep on. So when you wake up for the morning, you wake up to the morning to Jesse like just pacing, and he only does this when he has nothing to do.
Hey, Jesse, looking for a task again, huh?
Well, yeah. Sorry, man. They like have a lot of people here, and everything's already done, and I like already read my Anita Blake novels and books. I'm on the third reading today. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, I'm not sure what to have you do either, but I don't know. You gotta be able to find something you can do. I know we kind of just have you do odds and ends, but I don't know. Maybe ask people if they need stuff done.
Uh, uh, that I didn't know if that was gonna be okay.
I know
I
that.
kind of take my marching orders from you and the boss, and they seem so efficient.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I'm sure we've got more we got to get done. We still have to find those two vamps, and who knows how much time they've got left. So, I don't know. Maybe ask that Jeeves guy if he's got something else he can do, or maybe the two ghouls or something. I don't know. Just ask around. It's fine by me, and I'm sure it's fine by Scarlet.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'm gonna scoot. If you need me,
Sounds good.
holler. Right. I'll be around. And he just like
Sounds good.
quickly like head down and kind of forcefully shuffles his way out the door, trying to make himself useful.
Okay. I'm gonna go out and get a swig of a on what's on tap.
Okay. You can get a blood point.
Cool. And then just see who else is awake and doing things, just
Okay.
meandering around the house.
Well, you do see that Jeeves is currently waiting outside of Remus's door. And who Jesse sees that he's like waiting for something. He was like, he did one of these, like he was about ready to ask, but he equates the fact that he's probably already tied to something. And so he gets frustrated and he's like trying to like do that, like, like old school, like how you would give a computer its commands through punch cards or whatnot. It's like the punch cards are getting in place for him to figure out what he needs to do, sort of thing. And so then he just kind of turns aside and walks around him, and it's like he finally equated in his head, I need to ask somebody else,
He's learning. No, okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I just walk by and I'm like, hey, Jeeves, how's it going?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Benjamin. I am just waiting for my master Remus to arise for the evening. He tends to slumber late.
That's fine. Anybody else awake you know about?
Miss Damaris is in the kitchen, I believe. I think she is doing her scrying.
Oh, so check that out. Thanks.
Of course, sir.
I go look for Damaris.
Okay. Remus, you have arisen.
Okay.
Your door is closed, which means obviously nobody has come in here to wake you up or anything. Your computer is on, and there's a notepad open.
Uh-oh. I'll go check the notepad.
The notepad says, "We need to talk."
When I look at the computer, is there anything like? Is there a specific thing on there?
No.
No. Okay. It wasn't. Oh, okay. I guess I'll write down underneath it. Like, yeah, we need to talk about the toilet, and then I'll just get up for the day.
Okay.
And the dogs.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with the easy bits. Start with the toilet.
We'll work our way around to it. So you open the door then, and Jeeves just kind of politely, nods. And he says, "Sir,
Hello, Jeeves.
I've received the rest of the deliveries for the other guests that will be staying here. So we have suitable arrangements for them, although Walmart quality. They do all have cots, and they have pillows and pillow casings and the atypical bedroom affair.
Excellent. Thank you. Wish we could provide them with some better accommodations, but we can figure that out once my Dogecoin starts making me more money.
He says, "Of course, sir." He says, "Mr. Benjamin has already risen for the evening, and he has gone to find Damaris, and I believe Damaris is doing her watcher staring scrying thing. So I believe everybody is congregating in the kitchen, sir."
Excellent. Have the rest of the group is it just the people who stayed here for the night, or are there more
Currently,
people?
yes, sir.
Okay. I'll hop on the text chat.
Okay.
And I'll text Henri and Sophie and just be meeting at the Haven ?
I'll text back and say, battle ready? ?
I'll text back, let me check, and then I'll go and see what Damaris is up to if she's scrying.
Okay.
Unless you said I've texted, I specifically have not texted.
Yeah, he sent something in the text to the chat.
No, I haven't received any text in weeks.
In weeks?
Oh. Would we
The last time I was in character, that's the last time I spoke to any of you.
Which that would be pretty easy to tell because he usually over elaborates his comments. So all I have to do is scroll back up to the next giant post.
Yeah, I guess I would probably check through the log and be like, I haven't heard from Henri in a while, and just kind of see like when the last message came up. But if it's been a minute, I'll probably call him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phone's not service.
Okay. I'll text Sophie as I'm heading into the kitchen. I'll text Sophie essentially what I'm asking, but has anybody heard from Henri? I just tried to call him, and he's the phone is not in service.
You're in the kitchen right now asking this?
Yes.
Probably because he could have been doing both at the same time.
Okay. I turn and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the librarian, right?
Buffalo Bill, yes.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard from him. Shame.
Librarian.
I'm gonna try and reach him by telepathy.
Oh, we should call him the Page Master.
The Page Master. I'm not gonna call him that. Intelligence and subterfuge.
It puts the lotion on the page or else it gets the hose again.
And that is 0 successes.
Okay. So you get static. You're unable to basically break through.
Do we know where he lives? We've been to his place before. That's where we interrogated Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You all know where.
Good times.
That's where Remus used to live before Remus was no longer Remus.
Yes. He had his tree.
I will text the group saying, couldn't reach him telepathically. I'll swing by his place on my way over.
Okay. I'll message let us know if it looks hairy. We can try to back you up. Because doesn't Henri kind of live remotely? Like he's kind of far out
He's a
from
little
us,
bit
right?
outside of town, yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go explain all this to, or like, I don't think I had time to probably update Colin on all of this stuff
Hmm.
unless I was texting him
You could have
while
talked to
we
him
were.
while you were changing.
I suppose that's true. I mean, I assumed he was with his buddy out in the other room.
No,
Okay. Well,
I mean that's his
then
buddy, but you're his wife.
okay, then I will have explained to him all of the stuff that we found out. And as I'm texting, I'll just tell him that nobody's heard from Henri in a while, and it sounds like his phone is off, and I think I need to swing by his place and check on him.
Okay, babe. Just let me know if there's anything you need help with.
I don't know if you want to. It sounds like we might get pretty close to this hate guy. He's pretty bad news. I don't know if you want to come, if you have other things going on, but of course you're always welcome.
No, I've got it. So just let me know where we're going. Then I just got to get a couple things.
Okay. Then uh, do you want to come with me to Henri's?
That's fine. Yeah, I'm no sense in taking two cars.
Okay. Then I'll load up with all my weapons and my leather jacket and get in and take a couple of blood bags because I am hungry
Okay.
after all of those blood points spent today. Yeah, so then I'll get in the car.
Okay. He was like as you walking past him, he was getting ready to say something to Watcher, and he kind of like opened the door, and it's like, nope, and just shuts it and keeps on walking. It's like, I'll leave him a text.
Is Gemma in there too?
Yeah, and she's been asleep all day, and he's been
You
awake
know
all
that,
day.
yeah, you don't have to elaborate. Cuddles already filled me in on way more than I needed to know. We'll just
Better than you than me, I guess.
we'll just leave them to it.
Okay, so he gets in the truck then, and with you, and you guys head over to Henri's place.
So I'll go up and knock on the door. Wait, does it look like his car is there?
Yeah, the van's there.
Okay.
Jerome, I just sent you a text.
Oh,
I'll come and knock on the door.
hold on.
I'm honestly I'm a little tense about this. I'm like, is
Oh,
Henri okay?
this too.
But like it's also gonna be just like if he's like, oh, I did not realize I did not plug in my phone.
Yeah, so you get up. I mean, the van is there, lights are on. You know, it doesn't look like anything is like missing or out of place.
Then I'll just go knock on the door.
Okay, so you knock on the door, and Robert opens it, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Sophie. What's up?"
Is everything all right?
Yeah, is something wrong?
Well, we haven't seen you two in a while. Henri's not answering his phone.
Okay. Well, come on in.
Step inside.
Okay.
Try not to look around too closely.
Okay.
The first floor is normal.
Yeah. So, He's like, I know Henri's been really busy with Zach. They've been working on a lot of leather stuff lately. But and he like walks over and he goes, oh, and he shows you Henri's phone. He says, I would imagine whatever did this crack business here is probably what kept the phone from working. So, note to self, I need to get him a new phone. He didn't tell me, but he's busy.
He's busy right now.
I think so, but I mean, I can.
Can you check on him? And,
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some stuff come up. We thought he might want to know.
Yeah, just give me one. Just like sit, and I'll be right back. And he like
You.
goes down the hall, and then he opens a door, and then this wafting smell of like boiled skin comes up, and Colin does one of those like starts breathing through his mouth.
And Sophie stops breathing.
And so Robert comes down, like, Henri, you're like right in the middle of working on, tanning another set of skin and whatnot with Zach. You got all your goggles and clothing and tools around you and whatnot, and he just like takes something and raps on the side of the wall really hard to get your attention.
It's we are working very busy diligently. How may I help you? What is going on?
Okay, well, boss, you didn't tell me your phone was broke. That's super important if you need me for something.
Okay, I'm sorry. So when I dropped it, it had the crack, and I thought maybe there would be a way to fix it. I put it. It's. I could not figure out. It's been broken for a few days. I thought they would be able to fix it, but it's not fixable, I don't think.
Boss, you fully text like your whole messages. I don't anticipate you being able to fix any of that. No biggie. Just, if something like that pops up, just like let me know like right then. Because this is like super important. If something goes down wrong, I need to be able to communicate with you. Like if I need to, do like pointing around the room and whatnot, that's my job. I mean, I'm supposed to like get your back, and I can't do that if I can't call you.
No, I understand.
But that leads to the other point. Sophie's here and her husband, and if the vampires have come to you, something must be up.
Good treat, Zachary. Because my friends, they stay late at night and everything. And there's some vampires. You know how it works.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh yeah, the night crowd. Yeah, no, I get it.
So you know what you're doing down here. I want you to continue to work. If we can get a hold of Trudy, and that's why I've been meaning to call her. And I guess, but anyway, so she is supposed to help us with the sales. And I've been meaning to call her, but it just has not. So
okay, you take care of the new house guest. I'll get a hold of Trudy and get like all that arranged.
All right, you do that. I'm going to go upstairs. So Robert, thank you very much. Let's go see what Sophie is doing. So I going upstairs, and Sophie's there with Colin. I'm like, where's there? So good to see you. And I probably stink of just tanned hide. And, I mean, we use urine to tan the leather and everything. So, like, I don't smell good. I don't look good at this point. Nope. And I've got my Marceau face on because I'm working with Zach, but that's about it. So I'm just. So you've come to my house again. There is no Jimmy tonight, though. It's what brings you to my abode?
And so Colin just holds his hand up, like one finger real quick, and he says, he reaches in and pinches something and just goes, like on you, and like you get peppered with like something feels almost like small granular salt.
Is this some kind of magic greeting? I mean, should I throw lint at you or something?
And so he's like, oh God. Whew.
Oh, I am sorry. So we've been working. We have been working on the tanning. But what is what? I don't even know what day it is. I mean, it's been a few days. We've been working very hard. I have gone hunting and feeding, but that's not very much.
No, I'm excited to see what you've come up with, but unfortunately now is not the time. We've got a bit of an operation we've been working on, and I'm sorry I didn't realize sooner that you um, weren't getting our messages. We've been a bit preoccupied. There are I don't know if you remember um, Susan and Jill, the young anarchs.
The one was recently embraced. That's all I remember. And
Yes,
you guys, you could not figure out who was her sire.
exactly. Yes. Neither of them are very old, frankly. They've gone missing, and we've tracked down some clues, and they don't look good. So we thought we could really use your help.
Okay.
Maybe you want to freshen up. I'm sure we could wait another 10 minutes.
What type of operation are we working with? I mean, do I just need to get a suit on or clothes or?
Well, as an FYI, you just smell like dirt right now, so if you just want to get changed, you're fine.
All right. I will.
Also, you would notice that Sophie looks different than usual. She's not wearing her like pencil skirt and blouse. She's in like fighting gear.
Oh, all right. You are dressed for a commando operation. It looks like.
Yes, it looks like things may be leading that direction.
Or DDP yoga.
Um,
And Colin just kind of smirks.
Robert, you bought me jeans months ago. Do I do it? Are the jeans still within my room? I think this is the time to wear the jeans. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the jeans and maybe. Oh, I will be right back. Oh, and they just kind of rush away at this point. I'm excited.
Okay.
So, you can hear me in the bedroom. I'm getting dressed and everything. So my house on this level looks very normal. This is it's when you go down the hallways and in my room, that's when it gets weird. But it's this area is nice. So but then so I'm gonna come back out. I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna have I'll have dark jeans on. I'm gonna have combat boots on, and I'm gonna have a denim jacket on. And then I'll have and my beret will be on backwards. It's like I'll be wearing the beret. I'm like, I am ready to go. We will do this. That's I need a new face. I need one that's I'm gonna just quickly change my face and kind of look like a French version of The Rock. So
Le Rock.
Le Rock.
Le Rock.
1, 2, 3.
No. Would it be La Roche? I don't remember what rock is. Anyway.
I have 4 successes, so I'm pretty close.
So define what the French rock looks like.
I'm just I'm
He looks like The Rock, but like with a little pencil mustache.
yeah, a little pencil mustache, and instead of The Rock probably weighs about, I don't know, 350 or something like that. I think my guy might weigh 200. So I'm half the size of The Rock.
So The Rock in college with the fanny pack.
Yeah, there you go. The Rock in college. I've got half the size and a pencil mustache.
And a pencil mustache. Oh God. Okay.
This is my version of Commando. So
I am going to give you the people's elbow.
I am ready to go.
All right.
Are you going to drive the van, or are you going to? I mean, are you going to drive?
You can ride with us if you like.
Okay.
We're heading over to the other haven.
Okay, I have my cane, I have the gun, I have a knife and the razor. I think I am ready to go. All right, let's go kill someone.
I'm so glad that you're doing all right. We were a little worried when we couldn't reach you.
I am sorry. I've been out of touch. I get I've been with you so much. When I was separated from you, I was able to dive back into the world, and it's I was it's
I'm
I had
gonna
not,
usher everybody out towards the truck
yeah,
as
okay.
we
So I'm
stop.
like, I was able to kill. Well, at least I was at least 3 people. It was very nice. I was able to get that out of my system, so I was very good.
So what have you been making?
Um,
I take it this
well,
is in the truck ride
Yeah.
over. Okay.
yeah. Been working on the boots. I made. There was one man that I slaughtered. He had a very nice wing tattoo on his back, and so I thought, and a very very nice skull. So I was going to I made that into a journal for Asperia as a I don't know as a parting gift as our Baron. Um, so I made that as a gift for her, and then Jeeves, I don't understand when the dog showed up at my house with the freeze dried. He did something to take care of that. Robert explained that we don't have to worry about it now. So I don't know exactly what he did or why he did it per se. So I'm working on a journal for Jeeves as well. So I thought he would like to take notes on his own. So
That's that's very generous of you.
So hold that thought. As you guys are on your way over, so those of you who are at the Haven, the Mutual Haven, you end up seeing, like at this point, probably with Damaris, you're packing up your things because you know one way or the other you're getting ready to head out.
Yeah.
You know that there's a risk. The door opens. Jeeves ends up letting in somebody, and it's a guy who is making a late run with for like a last run of the night for deliveries. And he says, "Sir, this is for you." It's like a little envelope about like yay big, not terribly big, but it's the hard pack. So like actual cardboard, got to rip it open sort of thing.
dum dum dum.
Who's it from?
He looks on it and he says, "There is no return address, sir."
Don't like that. Um, is the I'm gonna go look out the window. Is the driver, the person who delivered it, still there?
No, he's actually left already, driving off in a UPS truck.
Um,
So you weren't expecting a package.
no, and
God, I hope it doesn't explode on us.
I don't like the idea.
I mean, you
Liam,
know who it's from, really, right?
I mean, it could be one. It could be from a number of people I don't want to receive packages from. I'm gonna take this out to the pool house, and I'm gonna have Liam and Eleanor come with me.
Okay, so they immediately grab their sidearms and come walking out.
Okay.
Just
Uh,
thing.
Now I'm gonna ask Liam. Liam, can you sense if there's anything electronic inside of this?
Of course, sir. Just give me a moment. And so he grabs a hold of it and he says, "There's a flash drive in this package.
Okay.
If you
There's
are
not.
if you're worried about it, sir, I can attempt to read it through the package. It's just a little bit more difficult."
I think that would be best. I don't trust this. Whoever sent this, I don't trust them to uh, not essentially create a bomb for us, a letter bomb.
So Eleanor, at that point, pushes you back like several feet, and then stands between you and Liam as he just holds on to it to take a look.
Okay. And I want to.
So he looks at it a second and he says, "Sir, it's a video file."
Can you tell what it's of?
It's of people. And he like looks around and he says, a bunch of people I don't recognize except Miss Damaris.
Damaris is in the video.
I believe so, sir. If you want to plug it into a nearby computer, I'm sure we could access it without any sort of compromise. I didn't find anything encrypted or peculiar about it. It just seems to be a video file.
Okay. So you said it's an envelope, right? And with like the little like strip that you like I guess like an easy open like strip thing that you pull and then it opens up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to because I've got a free blood bar. I'm going to activate my feral claws,
Okay.
and I'm actually gonna like cut it not along that side. I'm gonna cut it from the other side.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, because like just in case it's like rigged to go,
Rigged
like,
to go
if there's
that way.
anything on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to like cut
Sure.
it that way, and I'll pull
Okay.
out the.
You peel it open without any problem using your preternatural claws, and a little unmarked jump drive comes out. Stainless steel, has the nice little flip wheel sort of thing. You can use it for a keychain if you want. You can buy them in bulk.
Fancy. Okay. Let's head back inside, and I'm gonna text Sophie. We just got a package, and then I'll go inside and I'll tell everybody in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, Damaris, we have a flash drive with a video on it.
I'll
Huh?
I'll text back and say, "Is that code for something?"
I'll text back. Code for what?
I don't know.
Well, listen, I just scryed on Jill and Susan, and they are leaving the cave like right now.
Okay.
Oh.
And Max is getting ready to, I'm guessing, intercept them at some point because I just saw him getting ready too.
Sir,
It's
if
possible.
I may suggest, we could stay behind and go over the details of the video footage and suss out to ensure that there's indeed no viruses or security compromises contained therein while you deal with the other matter at hand.
It's probably
Unless-
best. We don't have any time.
that'll
Unless
work.
you wish to divide your forces here and have one of us go.
Do we have an ETA on Sophie and Henri? Are we leaving in multiple? Do we have a vehicle that the rest of us can go in?
You have multiple vehicles.
Okay.
You also have the second free candy van that Benjamin and Scarlett came in.
Wait, which is the first free candy?
That would be Robert's and Henry's.
Oh, okay, but that's not at the Haven.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that one had a tear stained mattress in the back.
Oh, goodbye horses. Okay, I guess I guess maybe what we'll do is we'll head up into the mountains and then we'll text Sophie and them to meet us up there instead of at the Haven, and then I'll leave.
Where's
Eleanor and
where's
Liam.
up there? So you guys are heading out from the Haven there? Where is there?
where we headed to, Damaris? They're leaving the cave, but do we know where it is?
I know how to get there. Yes. But when I scryed on them, they literally were just about leaving. They left a message on the wall that they couldn't wait anymore. There's no more time left. And one thing I didn't do yesterday when I should have was also look on Maximilian. And he is definitely messed up. He was cutting himself up in a room at the south end of town, and basically knows that we're coming, and he's coming.
Well, seems like he knew how to get to all of you last time, so we've got to be ready. Is there any way we can carry along extra blood for the twins, or the two?
I was actually going to suggest that. I think that's a good idea because I feel like they are. They probably haven't had much blood consumption lately, so they're probably on the verge of losing themselves.
Right. I go into the kitchen to see if there are like any thermoses or bags or something where I can just gather several points worth of blood.
If you pull the bags out of the fridge, that would be the best bet, which would give you access to 2 points.
Okay. All right, I grabbed that.
Okay.
Only 2?
Only 2. Everybody's been chugging on it. It needs to be refilled.
Yeah. While they're doing that, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to call a owl or some sort of like predatory type bird to me.
Okay. So why don't you what is it again?
I'm using Eyes of the Nighthawk after I call them to me, which is going to be through animalism.
You already have one. Never mind. You just don't use it much.
Yeah. So I'm going to call him and basically it doesn't say there's a range on it. I couldn't find a range on it as far as how far I could see with it as for that connection.
Yeah, it's to
but
the
I
animal.
wanted to see if. Okay, so I'm going to send the animal to the forest, basically. Basically, I'm going to look for Jill and Susan.
Okay. So that's basically what. That's because remember, again, it's an animal, so it doesn't know who Jill and Susan are, but you give it the impression.
I give it a direction and a path to go towards.
Okay.
And since I'm looking as well, I'm kind of directing it on which way, this way, north, south, whatever.
Okay, that'll work. If you are doing that, though, you cannot drive, so somebody's going to have to drive.
I won't be driving.
So, Remus, are you taking anybody with you, or are you keeping your minions here to work on the video file?
I'm going to have them stay behind.
Okay.
But I am going to tell them be on high alert. Don't let anybody else comes here with a delivery. Do not let them in. Defend yourselves if need be. If this is from the person we're looking for, treat him with maximum prejudice. Defend yourselves.
Of course, sir.
We're looking for a guy who cuts himself, or he should have a lot of marks on his body. If you see anybody who fits that description, blow him away.
I pull out my sketchbook real quick and I point to the symbols that I saw on his body.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll just say, be careful, all of you. If you need to, take the car and get out safely, if that is an option.
Of course, sir.
Probably not at like group hug level, but
high five.
Yeah.
Something
I think,
the equivalent.
Well, I think like for Remus, who like has not had a family in a long time, is like starting to think about these 3 weird people who all like yes sir, no sir, like starting to like think of them as like, oh well, they're kind of like maybe this is what brothers and sisters would have been like, or like a nice dad or something.
Okay.
That's
That is
weird.
definitely a different perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
floats your boat, dude.
I mean, Remus did not have a happy childhood, and
Right.
so yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of experience, and he cares a lot about people. But yeah, I guess we should get going. Um, do we have any like body armor or anything like that, like for against bullets? Like,
Unfortunately, not.
okay, I I'll add that. I'll text Jeeves and I'll be like, in the future we should look up body armor, uh, but we'll put a pin in it.
Of course, sir, when resources have made themselves available.
All right. How many vehicles were you taking? I figure I can drive. If Damaris knows where we're going, she navigates. We can either take 1 or 2 vehicles.
I think
I definitely can't drive. I have eyes in the air, so to speak. That's looking for them now.
Right.
I won't be able to drive because I'll need to concentrate on that.
That's fine. I can drive.
my driving's not so good, and I wouldn't want to be in the car by myself.
And hop in the van. Got plenty of room.
Thank you. Is Jesse coming with us?
I think we'll keep him here. He's good for, normal tasks, but fighting, he's kind of awkward and probably not as resilient as we are. So that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, into the van.
Get in, wait for everybody to get in, and then take off
And head out.
following Damaris's instructions.
Okay. So I take it then you guys are hopping in the van and heading to the business, which was really the only physical marker you guys had. And then going from there.
If that's the only.
Yeah,
if that's
and
the
then
only
from there we
marking
have to
Right. Okay.
hoof it.
Yeah, just making sure. Okay,
I'll-
so
I'll-
The hawk was ahead of everybody, or my raven
Your
was ahead
owl.
of everybody. My owl, sorry. I forget, I haven't used it in so long. So do I see anything as it's getting in there and kind of looking?
right now, no, because it's still up in the air, kind of high in the sky. So it hasn't
Gotcha.
it hasn't gotten there just yet. But you're still maintaining
Okay.
connection, so you have a good understanding of where it's going and trying to guide it based upon what landmarks you can see.
No.
So the type of van that you guys have are one of those beat up 4-panel vans that don't really have any windows on the side.
So it's a free candy van?
Yeah, it is a free candy van. It was white. Now it's kind of off white with some primer spots, dented bumper, scratch marks, that sort of thing. So
builds character.
yeah. So the first group to get to the business, basically what's happening is as you're traveling through Ashland, you're going through some of the wilderness locations on the northern side of town. So as you get off the freeway, there's a winding road that starts kind of going up into the hills. Most of the buildings that are on this road are, and they're separate a bit. It'll peter off to a driveway here and there to individual houses. You get about 2/3 of the way up the road, and there's a small little turnoff with a parking lot that has that Images for You business, that educational store. Which of course it's closed at this hour. No one's going to be going there at this time of night. And for intents and purposes, it is about 9 p.m. Just to let you guys know. So you pull up there in the truck. So Sophie, Henri, and Colin, are you guys waiting, or are you guys heading into the woods? Because you guys don't really know where you're going from there.
I think we'll wait. And also, while we were on the way here, I would have texted Noah and let him know what the plan was in case they wanted in.
Okay. He just fires off a text. He says, "We'll look into it."
Okay. Yeah, otherwise I don't know what other information they have, so I'll wait here. And now that we're closer, I would like to try telepathy on Jill
Okay,
and see if I can get through.
go ahead.
Uh, and that's 0 success.
All right.
I'm 0 for 2.
You burned up all your really good rolls on superheroes.
Apparently.
So you're trying, and you just don't have the focus or whether to tune in to their mental wavelength of some kind, or maybe they're just too panicked and you can't get a decent read. So you, Damaris, are using the owl while you guys are driving. You guys are about halfway there, just getting off the freeway at this point. Why don't you give me a wits and alertness check, difficulty 8?
Okay. Wits and alertness. Difficulty 8. 1.
1. Okay. So the owl's night vision is actually pretty damn good. So getting the details of the tree line and the ground and whatnot far better than your regular eyesight. You're not certain what it picks up, but it does pick up some movement as you're flying sort of off to the left, a little bit further up the mountains and away from where you were intending to go.
Can I? Yeah, because that's not the area. Was that the area that I was expecting them to come from or be at?
Hard to say. You don't know where exactly because they would have had time to run, so it's in the radius. It's not just quite the same direction.
All right. She'll have it directed to kind of get in a little closer.
Okay. So go ahead and make another roll. Difficulty 7.
Uh, 2, but I did get a 10. 3.
Okay. So the owl makes a flyover, and as it gets in closer, it can clearly pick up on flashlights. And it picks up a group of individuals. What you can tell is there's at least there's 2 maybe dogs that are kind of in front of the group. It's hard to say, but it looks like they're moving on all 4s. You end up seeing 6 people, 4 of them very clearly armed. They're like in black tactical gear. They're clearly armed with submachine guns with sidearms. They've got flashlights attached to their weapons. They're just kind of scanning around. 2 of the guys that are with them are almost comical in build. Like when you think superheroes, kind of, upper chest and whatnot. But so build wise, it looks like they're probably beefy in some kind, but they're dressed in like dirty overalls and beat up clothing. One guy has a hockey mask, the other guy has an ape mask. And
So they're dressed in hick killer gear.
Kind of, yeah. Both of which have like machetes.
Okay. Do they seem like they're tracking something?
That would be a good guess.
Okay. I'm gonna try to fly ahead of them a little bit, and see if I can pick up two people versus a group of people.
Okay, so flying past them.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me another wits and alertness check, difficulty 8.
Uh, 1.
1. Okay. As you are flying a little bit further, you pick up movement again, but it's hard to make out any sort of definition. You just see like some movement through the trees, and it is almost a mile from the group you just passed.
Okay. She'll follow them for a little bit and see if she can kind of fly in closer.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to tell, unfortunately, because it's so dark. So, but owls have good night vision.
Owls do have good night vision. Go ahead and give me another roll as you're taking time to get in close, or instructing the owl to get in closer. Difficulty 7.
There goes that one. Okay, 2.
2. All right. So you get in closer. At this point, you make out what you think to be Jill and Susan in tattered clothing and literally running as fast as they can.
Okay.
With little regard to what they're going through. They're going. It's clear that they're aware something's on their trail.
Okay. As she's kind of searching and looking at them, she's gonna kind of keep with them, and then kind of just say out loud, "I found them. They're running."
All right. Where are they?
With the owl, can I kind of? I know it's dark, but is there any sort of direction that I can see that they're traveling? Are they?
Yeah. They're heading in a westbound direction, so they're running actually further away from the city.
Okay. They're running westbound. They're running further away from what I can tell, the city. So, I mean, if we look up a map, she'll kind of point out the area.
All right.
What are they
I
running
try
from?
to then head in that direction while driving, if at all possible.
What I'm also going to do, if possible, with the owl is I'm going to kind of get to their level and kind of go with them, almost to try to, I don't know, not signify that, this is Damaris. I don't know how to even to say that, but just kind of go with them and hope they notice.
Okay, so then you make great pains to make the owl noticeable to them.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I think Susan knows her owl, because she's used it with her around her before. So I'm hoping that she's able to recognize it.
Okay. Let me see. Maybe it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you make it painfully obvious with the owl, and like swoop past them, and at first, like they both kind of pull out. They basically made stakes. Some wood sharpened at this point to act as some sort of weapon. And they turn. Susan obviously much more spry regarding this than Jill, and then she starts like waving it down, and you can hear Jill screaming like, "No, we've got to keep running. They're not far behind us."
And she'll direct the owl basically to kind of go ahead of them and almost kind of trying to direct them out to find a path out.
Okay, so they are up in the mountains at this point. So if you're going to spend time trying to find them like a way out, that's going to tie you up, which is fine. But I'll get you, if that's what you want to do, I'll get you in a second then.
Okay. Well, honestly, she'll probably just let the owl keep pace with them and basically just kind of agree that they need to get out now.
And are you going to basically release your mental hold on the owl then?
Yes, for now.
Okay. And you're leaving the mental instructions with the owl to stick with them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when you come back to at this point, Benjamin's pulling the van up to the storefront, which you see Colin, you see Sophie, and you see Henri standing there, just waiting and ready for some action.
Well, when we arrive, she'll just kind of open the door and it's like, they're heading west. I found them. I have my owl with them right now, but I can't keep the connection.
Can you tell if there are any like roads that they're nearby, or are we gonna have to hoof it?
Was I able to tell if there was any paths at all?
Not they're
depending on the
they're
area.
literally in the boonies. They're it's all by foot right there.
Yeah, guys, it's gonna be all by foot. Where they're at, where they're running, they're being trailed by something about a mile behind them. A group of 6, I think. Right, Jerome? You said there was 4 and then 2. There's a group of 6 that I think are trailing them. They're armed with assault rifles, weapons, and there's 2 that look very much like a very bad hick murder mystery. Carrying machetes and masks, but I didn't see Maxwell with them or Maximilian with them.
And this is Brittany mentions that I remember something that we were supposed to do last time and we didn't, where we were supposed to meet with Noah and find out what normalites are.
I mean, it kind of seems like even if we had tried to make that plan, things are moving.
I mean, we went to sleep after that, so oh well. Anyway, but we never did find out what they are.
So Colin says, okay, so they're up in the mountains over there?
Yeah, they're heading towards the west side. They're just booking it at this point.
How far?
Can I guesstimate?
They're probably like 2 miles from where you guys are at right now.
I think they're a couple miles this direction.
Is there a way
unfortunately
to walk on the other side and pick them up?
And that's what Colin was going to say. He's like, if they're going up the hill, there's virtually nothing, except there are a couple of like small homes or something on the other side of that hill. That's Wagner Creek. It's not ideal, but if they can make it there, maybe they could steal a car or hunker down in a house or something.
How long would it take to drive from here to around the other side that you're speaking of?
Around the mountain? Oh God, if we hauled ass, because we would have to go all the way around it, we're looking at maybe 45 minutes.
Oh gosh, I don't know if they have that long.
Can any of us contact Jill and Susan right now with their powers or something?
I can try. I tried before, but I wasn't successful. I can try again.
They are running literally for their lives, so they are probably pretty distracted right now. I don't know how. I mean, you absolutely can try. I would like you to try.
Maybe I'll try for Susan this time.
We can split it in groups. I can take a group with me and we go hunt the bastards that they're hunting them and have another group that drives around.
I do feel like we need to intercept this group, but at the same time, Max is still out there somewhere. I haven't had a chance to look for him.
Yeah, splitting up, if that's the case, is probably going to be a bad idea. That may be exactly what this Maximilian guy wants us to do.
Especially if he's tailing us.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
3.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so the first thought that you, because you read surface thoughts is what it initially gives you. The first surface thought that you have is that they've already had a run-in with this group, and that's how they ended up finding the cave.
Mm.
and you get like a mental image of, you know, bullets going past and Susan basically keeping Jill low to the ground and trying to give them like a low profile and managing to find that cave to get out of sight.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of make my presence known in the sense of we're on to you. And I'm gonna try and explain about the houses on the other side of the hill.
Okay, so I mean, she's like, Sophie? Jesus Christ, where are you guys?
And I'll say the images for you.
She's like, oh shit, that's the other way. There's no way we can make it back there. Do you know what we're looking at on the other side of the mountain?
Of course, I don't really have a good mental picture. There. I'm gonna ask Colin to describe it a little better. What direction they would be.
He doesn't have a description to give. It's just it's on the
Okay.
other side of the mountain. It's like, I'm sorry, babe, I don't have what you have.
Okay, then I'll just do my best to explain what they're looking at option wise, and that we're gonna try and if they can hunker down, then we can try and take on their pursuers, and then meet them over there, I guess.
She says, okay, it's going to slow us down, but I will try to set some traps to impede their progress if you can come up from behind.
Kind of traps.
Well, I can't make them fast, so they're going to have to be just simple snare traps.
Okay, just so that we know not to run into them.
She's a Marine. She's got stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. They're fast. Just don't follow our path directly, if that's the case. But if you can, try to come up behind them so that way you're pushing them into what traps that I've laid. They're probably still going to keep following us. We're going to keep going forward. I hope we don't run into anything. These guys are relentless.
Okay, do your best. I'll check in later. Anything we need to know that you already know about them?
I've never seen anything like this. They had like 2 teams of groups out here chasing us down.
Are they human?
Most of them looked like it. I couldn't tell what those big Jason-looking motherfuckers were, but I saw one of them split a tree.
Okay. Be careful. We'll touch base soon.
Okay. And then before you stop speaking in your mind, you get the impression she's relaying what she's found out to Jill.
Okay. And then I'll relate that also to the rest of the group and explain about the directional tactics and also the pursuers, and that the masked guys are something different.
Right. We got to go then. I pull out my gun, make sure it's loaded, and then I actually just start running in that direction.
Okay.
Before you take off, I'm like, Benjamin, did you? I only have the firearm, a handgun. Do you have something more powerful?
He doesn't even wait. He just keeps going.
Oh, we should have brought that.
Did he have more in the van? Maybe.
Nope.
I did not drive with him.
Benjamin wouldn't have anything else in the van. He carries everything he needs on him. So it's probably just going to be weird odds and ends in the van.
Okay.
I'm going to run after Benjamin.
Okay. I guess I'll start running
Okay.
normal speed.
Okay, so we're gonna pursue. I just want to clarify, in and out of character. We're gonna pursue the group of 6, and Jill and Susan are gonna go to the houses on the other side.
Yeah, they're gonna start setting traps. So if we can kind of shepherd the guys into the traps, that would be preferable.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can. My owl is with them right now, but I can certainly have him go to where these guys are and kind of keep a look on them. This is where they were traveling at, and she kind of looks at a map a little bit and points general area. It's where I found them.
Oh,
They're about a mile away from them.
by the way, by the time you guys get out here, you don't have cell reception.
Right.
Oh.
I kind of figured.
Henry's going to assume that Benjamin kind of knows what he's doing, so he's just going to follow Benjamin.
Okay, that's fine. So, how hard of a run are you guys going? If you're going like full sprint the entire time, are you attempting to pace yourselves at like, you know, a sort of long distance jog?
I'm gonna pace myself and conserve energy, and make sure, like, if it gets too dark, I use the flashlight on my phone to see where I'm stepping. Make sure I
Okay.
don't trip or anything.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea. I will turn on heightened eyesight.
Okay. Anybody have heightened senses they're going to use, or eyes of the beast?
I do have Eyes of the Beast that I would like to use, but I was also thinking about maybe turning into an owl myself.
Okay.
I'll have to sort of like. I leave my clothes behind when I do it.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Yeah, for the moment, I'll just keep up with the Eyes of the Beast open.
Okay. I'm not going to make you guys roll for any of that. If you have Eyes of the Beast, you've got it. Great. If you have heightened senses, great. You know, eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm concerned about now is stamina and athletics. Difficulty 7. As you guys are running uphill, and for long distance.
Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Okay.
That's a bummer because I got
Okay.
6 successes on heightened eyesight.
So I got 3, and I did get a 10. 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't put any of the athletics. I have brawl and dodge, though. Is that going to help me or no?
What's that?
I don't have anything in athletics. Brawl and dodge, though.
Yes, dodge and athletics were combined.
Yeah, dodge is not a thing. Dodge is under athletics.
Yep.
Yeah,
So whatever your dodge is, that's what you roll, because it's replacing it.
No successes here.
Don't.
Difficulty was 6?
7.
7. I have 2.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are making your way up the hill. Benjamin, you are fatigued.
Yeah.
Like
I
quickly.
slow down to try.
Yeah.
I slow down to like keep pace and try
So-
to find a better route.
So is everybody attempting to keep pace with one another, or are you just making your way
No.
up?
We got to stick together, so
Okay.
got to keep pace.
Okay. All right, so that does slow your progress down some.
I look at him. I'm like, come on, we got to move faster.
How about you guys go on without me? I'm gonna turn into I need to carry a backpack for this, but I think if I turn into an owl, maybe I can spot them. Like I can fly ahead of everybody, sort of, and then try to give us more eyes.
I mean, out of character, you could just give your backpack to one of us.
He doesn't
I
have
can-
one right now, but yeah, that would be an idea.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind carrying my clothes around with me. But yeah, no, or with you while I do this. But I can try to scout ahead, keep an eye out.
Yeah, sure. You do it. I'll carry your things.
Yeah, thanks. And then
Okay.
I'll yeah.
Somebody turned into a robot.
Yep.
And somebody did, yeah.
Yep, that was
Was it?
Todd.
I think it was Todd. Mhm.
Oh, yep, he's got a robot face right now.
He's frozen.
That's what I said.
Would this be a good point to maybe get up and use the
Oh,
restroom?
there he is.
Sorry.
Back.
Yeah,
You're
it looks
back.
like you're back. We're also picking up a little bit of echo, so you may want to turn down your volume just a touch.
Oops.
Better.
You're still sound wise is fine, but you're kind of broken up. Some bandwidth issues
Everything
again.
is shut down. Everything's shut down. I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, so you were turning into an owl.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to fly up and see if I can get eyes on this group. What's the tree cover here like?
Not super dense.
Okay.
I
But I
mean,
want to turn into something.
there are some, but it's not like so dense that you. I mean, best way to put it is there are spots that are open. There's some spots that are kind of compact, and then most of it is kind of fairly open.
Okay. I'd like to turn into something that feels like it fits with the surrounding area, but something that will be a little harder to see.
So you mean like animal?
Yeah, like owl wise. I don't like I know there's a lot of different types of owls, but I want to be something that's kind of
Okay,
like
yeah, I'm not
inconspicuous.
super worried about that. You turn
Okay.
into an owl.
Okay. I'm an owl. This is a
I
big
mean,
upgrade
so
from
so
Dutch.
long as you are not like trying to do something outrageous, you're like, I want to be a harpy eagle. That wouldn't be super common here. That's a giant ass, majestic looking eagle that could probably kill a human, no problem.
I want to be the eagle from Rescuers Down Under. Why can't I?
Because you're not
You
animated.
know what?
I love that movie.
We could just take a ride out over there.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll scout ahead and try to be inconspicuous, but try to see if I can spot this group of 6 or any other groups that are out here.
Okay. So give me a wits and alertness as you are taking flight. Difficulty 7, where you're at.
Okay. I am majestic AF. Okay. That 1 takes away that 10, but that's still 2 successes.
Okay. So you take flight, and within a couple minutes, you spot the advancing group,
Okay.
and
there's
they're making decent time. Ahead of them, however, you do get a decent look at what seems to be their hounds. They're moving like they're tracking something. That's why you think like at first like, oh, okay, those must be dogs. And you get a good look at them, you're like, those aren't dogs. And basically, you see something that's paper white that looks like it could possibly be human, but it's hairless, it's sexless, and it's without any facial features whatsoever except a gaping mouth. And it's just like moving around, much like a a hunting dog would, along the ground and moving at a decent pace, kind of spidering up the hills on its way, keeping track of its prey.
Ugh. Okay. Once I've gotten let them get a little bit ahead of me so I can double back towards the group. I'd like to do that.
Okay.
So I can, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. So I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not a vampire for real, guys. So
Roll
yeah,
for it.
What?
Big time.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Do you have a
Me too.
golden toilet?
If I had that, I wouldn't need student loans.
That's fair.
Oh, so I guess everybody's taking off.
I guess.
So I wasn't expecting that. So do we need to take like a 5-minute break or something?
I mean, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So while we're waiting for them, go ahead and give me another stamina and athletics check.
Still difficulty 7.
Yes.
Better.
You're
Two
staying
successes
warm.
this time.
Okay.
That's 1. 2.
Okay. So Damaris, you're still moving at a decent clip. It is not easy given the fact that it's all uphill. Sophie, you're still kind of lagging behind a little bit, but you haven't really given up your pace. Colin is keeping up, usually somewhere between like you and Damaris somewhere. Benjamin, your big problem was you probably went a little too hard, too fast, given the urgency of the situation and exhausted yourself when you first hit the slant up. So now you're making you're moving at a decent clip at this point, given the fact you're going almost straight uphill, and keeping up with the party. So that's helped. Henry, why don't you go ahead and give me a stamina and athletics check?
Is it difficulty 7?
It is still difficulty 7, yes.
3.
Okay. George navigates his laundry bin. George!
I've returned. Thank you.
So you have flown back, and your party is still moving at a decent clip for the most part. The sheer, I should say, the steep incline of the mountain where you guys are at is clearly slowing your progress. You can tell, however, from circling back at this point, George, that it's going to level off a little bit from where it's at and not be quite such a steep incline. And by that point, you're going to be closer to where the pursuing party was.
Okay. I guess I'll sort of perch close to like where Sophie is,
Okay.
and because like if I can avoid it, I'd like to not transform, but I'm gonna try to give her like some like owl head movements and hope that she like wants to read my mind.
So an owl, comes down not too far as you guys are, on a tree and starts doing the whole. While looking directly at you.
I have animalism level 1, so if he speaks
That is
animal,
feral whispers.
Okay.
Go for it.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't have to roll
So-
for it. So
I'll say Remus.
yes.
so at that point, you just see Sophie kind of pause and hoot at the owl.
I'll hoop back and I'll let them know they're still ahead of us. The hounds, not hounds, paper white, hairless, sexless, no features on the face, just a mouth creatures.
Hoot.
Bizarre. Could I possibly roll my occult to see what he might be talking about?
Yeah,
Or is
sure.
this more of a okay?
Sure, you can.
Medicine.
Yeah, at this point,
Occult
the way he's
intelligence?
talking as an owl is more like Bilbo or what's his
Well, I
name
understand
from
him. I have animalism too. So,
from Clash of the Titans, the first one.
what's the difficulty? Jeez.
Oh, for what
Wait.
you're looking for, difficulty 10.
Oh,
No, to understand what he's talking about.
No,
the
Feral Whispers.
description that
Oh,
he made.
descriptions. Yes, you're making your occult check, difficulty 10.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. 1.
Okay.
Oh, but you know what? I can re-roll that. Oh, 2. Okay,
keep
2.
rolling.
Just 2. It only exploded once.
Nice.
Or twice.
Okay. So with a 2, you're not terribly sure. You have heard of that before, but in relation to corrupted spirits. Not sure like where the correlation is, but in relation to that.
I based on what you've said, I mean, all I can think of is like corrupted spirits, but maybe they're these things. I don't know.
Jerome, when I was looking at these things, did they look like they were like close to dogs, but with these weird
Nope.
features, or was it like
Like
did it look like
abomination type.
like a humanoid?
They looked like somebody removed almost every feature about being a human except their mouths and
Okay. Did it look like it was quadrupedal, or does it look like it's something that was just like skulking about,
yep,
like it could
skulking
walk
about.
upright?
Yeah, they could walk upright if they want to, but they were moving on all fours.
Ooh.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, wait, was this a horrible dog creature, or this is
Oh,
a Silent Hill nightmare?
Yeah, that would be a better description. It is definitely more of a Silent Hill style nightmare.
Sweet, tight. And I'll let them know that like just above them, the ground will or the cliff will like level off, and it'll become easier. But they don't seem to have noticed us yet. Hoot.
um.
How close are we?
Well, that's new. Yeah, how close?
Yeah, how far were they?
About a
You weren't really looking for that specifically. If you had to guess, if they keep running hard, maybe 10 minutes out.
I'll shrug and say maybe 10 minutes if we rush.
We need to rush before they catch up with Joe and them.
Let's rush.
Did you see Susan?
No,
Okay.
I was only looking for the group.
Well, it seems like they're going in a straight line, which means they should be going straight into the traps. I think we need to take a sort of a roundabout direction so that we don't spring Susan's traps. So if we can come at them at an angle.
So what you're suggesting is flanking them, correct? Out of character?
Yes.
Okay, so based on what you have seen on the terrain, if you run your hardest at this point, it's going to take you about 15 minutes to pull that off, but you're going to have to go up the steepest side of the mountain to do it. If you guys can make the rolls, you can pull it off. You're going to be tired, but you'll be able to pull it off.
I don't know what
I mean, I'm willing to try.
And speaking of which, does anybody have fortitude? Because that would be factoring into
Yes.
these rolls.
No, it would. Yes, I do.
man,
I know.
I always forget about fortitude because it's extracurricular. So we just add the fortitude dots as successes or as dice?
as dice. Not unless
Oh,
you want to burn
Well, that
the
would have been
blood.
nice.
No,
No.
Oh,
saving that for a rainy day.
Yep.
Okay, stamina, athletics, plus fortitude.
So is everybody gonna? Are you guys gonna push it and come up behind them, or are you going to try and flank them?
Um.
I say we come up from behind. They don't know we're coming after them. If we shoot them or get them from behind, that'll be best, right? Plus, it pushes them into traps.
I think we
Sure.
keep on, if we push forward, like you said, we're supposed to shepherd them. So
Well, they're already moving. They're already moving as a group, so they're not splitting off from each other.
And
So
they're already on the trail, so I don't think they'll
they'll stray from it.
deviate.
I think we should push them into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Okay. So it is going to be a difficulty 7, or actually, as you guys are trying to sprint the rest of the way there to close the ground, it is a difficulty 8. You need to give me 2 rolls.
Okay.
That's going to be stamina and athletics. You may add fortitude if you have it.
Difficulty 7.
Difficulty 8.
Oh, 8. Sorry.
I
2.
have
Right,
one success
so
both times.
Okay.
I have a watch.
Oh,
if
2 on the first one.
if I'm an owl, like, does that affect anything?
nope. You're flying, so
No.
you're fine. Don't worry about it.
3.
Okay.
3 on the first, 1 on the
4
second.
on the second.
Okay.
Sorry. 2 on the first, 4 on the second.
I got a botch for the first, and then wait, difficulty 8.
Yeah.
1 on the second.
Okay. So, Sophie, you end up falling pretty hard, biffing yourself, taking a 1 bashing level of damage. Colin manages to catch you and just in one swoop just kind of flings you forward with his strength to try and get you to make up the range. Give me a dexterity and athletics check to make sure you land gracefully enough. You may add celerity to that
Ooh,
because it's an athletic or it's a dexterity based check.
don't mind if I do.
And she's gonna botch.
What's the difficulty?
To land gracefully, difficulty 6.
2.
Okay. So you managed to recover. You're not moving as well as you did before because you're falling one up, but you're keeping up. You're just kind of behind in the pack compared to everybody else. So you guys managed to just haul ass as best as you can, get up over this hill at this point, and it finally crests and starts kind of leveling off, and you can start seeing sort of down. I mean, given that you guys are higher up, you can see a couple flickering lights on what probably is the road that they were talking about, like the Wagner Creek. But again, there's a lot of trees still in the way. And in fact, if anybody wants a visual, you guys can go look up images for you at, in Ashland, Oregon. Go to a satellite view in Google, and that mountain range right there that you guys, that's the one you're actually scaling right now. Let me check real quick. Okay, they are actually still moving at a decent clip forward. They don't seem to have detected you as of yet. If you keep your lights on, you increase the chances that they are going to spot you.
How much ambient light is there? Would there be any light to see by?
For your phones.
I mean,
Given the fact
if
that
we didn't have our
it's going to be tough. tough herb because there's not really a whole lot of ambient light. But if anybody has like Eyes of the Beast or heightened senses, you're fine. If you don't, it may be a little tough.
I mean, someone could. I mean, you could follow the rest of us who can see. Okay.
True. Turn off my light.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just debating the when I come out of owl form and when I should do it. If it's we're already on top of them, but by that point, so if I want to transform back, does that take? I'm assuming it just happens, but I have to.
Yep.
If I spend blood, it takes about as much time to go into it as come out of it. Yes?
No. Coming out of it is
No.
instantaneous.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, going
Oh,
into it is what is what is the wind up and what costs you.
Okay. So in that case, I will. I'm going to. I think I'm gonna try doing some. I'm gonna keep scouting. I want to see like at least like are they coming up against traps? Are they rush? Are they this group that we're tailing like?
So you're
That's what you wanna
still
kinda
in
monitor.
your owl and flying above?
Yes.
Okay. Give me another wits and alertness check. Difficulty 7.
And then how close are they again to us? Can we see them yet?
You can see them, yes.
Let's
They're not
see.
within like hand-to-hand range, but they're not that far ahead. If you have firearms, you could definitely take shots at them.
That's what I want to do.
4 successes.
Okay, so they are in a broken up tree line from where you're at. You don't see that they've hit any sort of traps as of yet.
Okay.
Do we
I
want
guess
to
I'll-
keep moving them forward into the traps, or start shooting now?
I mean, we kind of don't even know what traps they're setting. I mean,
I
well, I'm an owl. I don't know.
the whole idea is supposed to have them start triggering the traps. I think once they start triggering them, we should start popping them off one at a time or something like
Bingo.
that.
So you're gonna let them continue going forward?
Yeah.
Stay behind them? Okay.
Can we try and identify any traps? Like,
Yeah,
Mm,
can we notice any?
was I able to see any while I was in, or while I was doing my?
Not from above, no.
No. Okay.
No, you would actually have to get it much closer if you're gonna look at it. Think Rambo style snare traps. You're not gonna see those from the air.
Oh, okay.
All of those are going to be low to the ground or hugging a tree or something like that. You're not going to see. She didn't have time to set up anything that would have like yanked somebody up into a tree.
are
So-
we being followed?
That's a great question.
Let me look.
Okay,
Was that alertness and
for you, it's going to be wits and alertness.
Yep.
Give me a difficulty 8.
yes. 1.
Okay. You do not see anything.
Okay.
A whole lot of nada.
I'm gonna hoot up to Remus. Are we being followed?
Can I go and sort of backtrack?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
Difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8. Okay, that's wits and alertness.
Wits and alertness.
Ooh. That's
Jerome,
good.
unseen presence. Does that affect movement speed?
No, not necessarily. Not unless you end up interfering with nature. So, like, say for example, you're running along and you start hitting branches. So, if you can successfully, like, say, navigate around bushes at a like the Flash, for example, like pinpoint, you're fine. You would stay perfectly, unseen. That's the trick to it.
So I'm gonna use vanish from the mind's eye with unseen presence. I'm just gonna turn to the group and just say, I'm going to make us disappear since we are close enough so that it will give us an added advantage as far as them not seeing us at this point.
Okay. So everybody, give me initiative checks real quick. It is going to be your dex plus your wits and 1d10.
And I got 3 successes for my perception and alertness check.
Okay. I'll get you in just a second.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't want to forget that I got that.
Yeah, no problem.
Jerome, can you explain that again? I'm sorry. You said dex, a witness, and a D10. What does that mean?
You were rolling for
Roll a
initiative.
D10.
Yeah,
So
but
roll a
roll a
d10 and then add your wits plus your dex.
Yeah,
So
the
if you have a
total.
dexterity of
total.
2 and a wits of 2, you start off at a 4 plus a d10 roll.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I got 11.
Okay.
I get
Okay.
Diana 4.
8.
6.
Okay.
Or no, sorry. 7.
I
have
got a
an
12.
8.
I got a 12.
Okay, so is there anybody at 15? Okay. 15, 14, 13, 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Amos. And that's at 13, right?
No, I got a 12.
12, okay. 11?
Rachel.
Okay, 10. 9? 8? Okay. 8, we got Henri, and we have Sophie. And that leaves Dale. Dale, you're at what?
7.
7. Oh, well, just one below. It's not bad. All right. So, Remus, from your height, you end up seeing someone moving rather quickly, but hunkered down from behind.
Okay.
So
Is it
doing
just one
doing
person?
a very low kind of hugging, not quite hugging the ground, but a very crouched, almost crouched run down the hill on the other side and coming up from behind. You can make out a rather large rifle.
Okay.
And we are now in combat.
Okay.
Let's see. You actually did spot it. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and athletics check.
Okay. About to get shot as an owl. Okay, so Dex and athletics. Yeah. Okay. So that's 4 successes.
Okay. Let's see. Looking for. Still no. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. So you end up hearing, like, you can see, because you actually spotted him, that he came to a quick stop and lifted up, and so you end up hearing the round flying towards your head. You jerk in kind of a dive motion, and it ends up clipping you.
Okay.
So you can use your stamina to soak on this. Do you have fortitude?
Yes.
Okay, so you can add that as well. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Was this like this shot? Was it like a silent shot, or was
Yep.
this like a? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. The most you heard was like the sound of the hole puncher in paper.
Yes.
Yep, just click.
Okay. Okay. Only 3.
Three successes? Okay.
Yes.
So you took 8 damage, minus 3, so that's 5.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
So I'm at mauled already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean at that
Wow.
point, like you can still recover, but you're spiraling down to the ground.
It is not a clip.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So at the beginning, like as soon as he relayed that he saw something, like you saw a poof of feathers, and he starts falling from the sky.
I think I see something. Boom!
Poof.
I think he's right.
It's okay, it's not my owl.
And at that point, you guys end up hearing what sounds like typewriters, like as you can hear and see rounds peppering all around where you guys are at. So I need everybody
Stuck in.
everybody else. So Dale, Damaris, Sophie, Henri, and Colin, all ducking or leaping for cover or something.
Yeah, I'm literally just flattened into the ground.
Yeah, stop, drop, and don't roll.
So, do I need to roll something?
Yep. Dex and athletics. As you guys are exhausted, it's going to be a difficulty 7.
Do we add?
If you have celerity, you would add celerity.
Okay,
I have a 0.
Ooh,
difficulty 7.
difficulty 7.
Not a botch.
Celerity.
No successes.
2.
No.
What did Dale get?
4.
4. Okay.
Nice.
That makes sense. Dale's the one that's a little bit more combat savvy from the dealing with inner city youth and drug czars and whatnot. So you just kind of instinctively.
I know what to do when I hear gunfire.
Yep. So you end up having one like cut through your hoodie, like it just like right through your shirt, but doesn't catch you, but came close. Damaris, Sophie, and Henri all take rounds. Hold on one second. Damaris, go ahead and roll stamina. Add fortitude if you have it.
I do. Difficulty 6.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. I did get a 10. 3.
Okay, so you took 1. So the round hit you square. If you weren't as resilient as you are, it would have punched straight through. So between your preternatural ability to absorb damage and starting to try to hunker down, it didn't catch you nearly as hard as it should have. Sophie.
What's the difficulty? 6?
It's always going to be 6 to soak damage.
5 successes.
Damn.
Nice.
I know 3 of them were 9s.
Woohoo.
Impressive.
Yeah. So
One of us will live.
So that round ended again. It also hit you flush, but it did more just impact than anything. So like you kind of took it and silently thanked the gods that you took fortitude. You're like, I'm glad I learned to take some damage. But yeah, I mean the impact again. It was another one that was flush. It should have done more damage than it did. Henri. Oh, okay, 1. We know what Henri's going to be buying next. Fortitude.
Or stamina.
So 3 damage -1, so 2. So that one end up did catch you. These are lethal, so they're not aggravated, but they do heal at 1 point per point of blood. So they're not terribly hard to heal.
What did he hit me with? He did like 8 damage, or like because I soaked.
Would you
3.
like to ask him?
No, I'm talking out loud. 'Cause I'm just
Okay.
like, dang.
Well, big rifles usually do indicate big rounds.
Yeah.
That was their turn. Remus, it is up to you at this point. Are you just going to go ahead and hit the ground, or are you
I don't want to like impact with the ground. Like, can I still fly? Can I like flutter down to the ground at some point?
so you want to land?
Well, I'm asking like, can I even fly, or am I just plummeting?
Yeah, you can still fly.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try
You're
to.
just at mauled. You're severely hurting.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And speaking of
I'm
which,
gonna.
you haven't spent any blood yet. Do you want to heal anything?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. What
Yeah,
generation are you?
Now I'm 9th.
9th. You can spend 2 blood points this round. Which means if you
Okay.
want to just dedicate it to healing, you can drop 2 blood points and heal 2 of those damages.
Wow, you dropped that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Yeah, I want to at least get some cover from this dude. I don't want to like sit down and do my heal like while he can see me. I'd like to like sort
No,
of.
it's instantaneous. So it's not like you
Oh.
start. It's not like you start trying to go, oh, heal, heal, heal. No, it's like you're healing while you're doing something.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like I had to sit there and just
Oh,
like
no.
concentrate on healing.
Nope,
Okay,
nope.
yeah. So I'll do that. So now I'm just injured.
Okay, so and you are going to hit the ground to get cover. Are you staying an owl or are you changing?
Um, I'm going to. Are there any trees big enough for me to like if I hop down behind it and then I came out of it that I would still have
Yeah.
cover from this dude? Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I'd like. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to kind of fly, like try to give it the impression like I'm still like barely keeping alive.
Fall
but
through the
then,
trees to try and give you some sort of cover and keep
yeah.
some sort of tree or brushes or something to
Mhm.
cover your profile. That no problem. Okay.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
was Remus. Damaris.
Okay, so I'm going to look for one of the guys ahead to see if anything's flammable, like explosive flammable.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That is a great question. Do you have
Can I look first?
Eyes of the Beast?
I have Aspects level 2. And
So
Animalism.
you did heightened senses, then I take it to see?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception? No, it would still be wits. So wits and alertness, difficulty 6.
Okay.
Oh, did I get hit? I got hit by the sniper, and they got hit by the
Yep.
the dudes in front of. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought he was like blasting all of us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
No.
got 4.
4? Okay. You don't see anything flammable. You do, however, see that those guys who were in the tack gear and whatnot, they have grenades.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Lure of the Flame. And I'm gonna focus it on them grenade belt. Kinda get that sucker lit on fire.
Okay. Give me an intelligence and occult check.
Come out to the mountains, look for some vampires. We'll have a couple of laughs.
No, guys, they're far enough away. I don't think you guys are gonna get hurt from this.
Oh, no.
hopefully.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
Still 6.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did get 110. 6.
All right. So Damaris does like one of these numbers sorts of thing, makes a gesture with her hand, and you end up seeing a little bit of a light, illuminate, out in the not so far distance, from where they're at, and you can hear the guy screaming, and then red mist.
One down, at least.
So the grenade exploded. It didn't get anybody around him.
Oh, they
There's
got
no like
peppered.
AOE effect.
They got peppered with gore.
Oh, well, I was hoping explosion too, but
Yeah, no, they got peppered.
That's
They got
okay.
peppered with gore. Grenades are overplayed in movies. Like when you see someone throw a grenade, it's boom. Like the storefront blows up and everything. It's more of like
That's what I was hoping for.
yeah, it's more of like a supercharged firecracker.
Cool. Well, that's okay. I got one of them.
It's good for dealing with personnel, not so good necessarily for straight up like fortifications or whatnot. But yeah, he is definitely dead.
Cool.
Henry and Sophie.
Okay, I'm 8th gen. I can spend 3 blood.
Mm-hmm.
Can I heal 2 levels and then spend a blood to get myself another charisma?
Not a charisma, no. You can only put it to physicals.
What's that?
You can only put it to physicals.
Physicals. Oh, so not skills either. Okay.
You could do it to bump your stamina, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna use 3 to heal 2 and give myself a temporary stamina.
Okay. So it will be at +1 stamina for the remainder of this combat.
Nice. All right, and then I'm gonna use awe.
Okay.
Aw.
What level?
What do you mean what level?
Oh, sorry. So you're using level 1 of presence?
Yeah, level 1 of presence. So that I'm gonna make them more susceptible to me want to do what I want them to do.
Okay.
So as long as we don't hurt them, so like I'm just gonna yell out, hey, let's stop fighting here. What's going on? So
Sure.
You can try.
Do you look like Prime Minister Trudeau?
No, he does not. He looks like
No,
he looks like
Rock.
the French Rock. Why are
difficulty
you-
7. I have 7 successes.
Okay.
What?
Oh, snap.
Why are
Nice.
you shooting at the people's champion?
So it says the number of successes I get. If I have 5 successes, it's everyone in my immediate vicinity, an entire auditorium.
That's potentially affected, yes. Basically,
so
it
depends upon what
rains out that far.
I guess. Doesn't even say that. It just says difficulty 7.
Yeah, so if they're within range, it should work.
Yeah, it will make them. They still have to make their attempts to resist, but it means your high of a roll, in essence, affects like a large crowd of people, not just one person.
That doesn't affect us, right?
Yeah. Although
It
I don't,
affects everybody.
although I don't think Henri's going to suddenly turn and say, "Let's have the sex," like right now, or something obscene, or be like, subjective, like, "Why doesn't everybody just give me your money?" Then everybody just stops and like, "Hey, we could stop fighting, just give them some cash." That sounds good. I don't know why.
Do we even know what we are fighting for? We could be friends. I cannot see you. You cannot see me. Let's come closer and come greet each other. Embrace.
Sophie?
So there was a second grenade, right? I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna pull out my my pistol and spend a round focusing or aiming.
You're
I
going to
guess.
aim. Oh, okay. All right,
Do
Dale.
they both have grenades on them?
There were 4 people there.
Oh, that's
4
right.
guys in tack gear.
And that's gonna break them all out of awe.
So you're focusing. So if you spend a round to aim, you're going to be up 1 die to shoot.
Okay. Dex and firearms, right?
Yes, Dale.
Okay. From where we're at, without having any sort of like sensory powers, how clearly can I see the dudes ahead of us?
You can make out their silhouettes.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, you
here.
can't make out their features, but you can see enough of them that you could fire if you wanted.
Like center mass, head, all that stuff. I can kind of
Center mass and head, not so much the legs, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna effectively copy what Sophie's doing, but I'm if there are any like wide trees, I'm using those as cover.
Okay.
While peeking around and trying to.
So you're staying prone and
turn
trying to
aiming.
find like a tree as well. You can get additional cover. Sure. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's what you guys end up doing. So the 2 big guys start running in. The other 3 have like stopped at this point, and they just and they're like, "What the hell are you guys doing here?" Hold on 1 second. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, columns there too. Break out a D6. Son of a bitch.
Doesn't count if
Son
it
of a bitch.
rolls on the floor.
What's that?
Doesn't count if it rolls on the floor.
No, it wasn't going to count. And to Sophie. You are aiming, so you don't even see this. Ow. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and. Okay, 1 second. Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll your stamina and fortitude.
Wake up, Todd. You look like you're dozing off.
I'm starting to zone.
That is 0 successes.
Uh-oh.
0 successes. Okay, you end up taking 4 right through the chest.
Ouch.
As another round comes from behind. Poof!
From behind, I thought we were in front of them, or behind them.
You are behind them.
That means the dude shot us.
Yeah, the sniper.
The guy that you weren't aware of, the only one who knew about it was Remus.
Oh.
So he came down. The other guys who had been firing have paused and yelled. Remus?
With my eyes of the beast, can I see this dude? The dude just the sniper guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able
Yeah,
to
you never really
reach
lost sight of him.
Okay. Would I be able to reach him this turn?
No. Not with that
No?
celerity.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna. Can I like stealth? Can I try to? Well, from where I'm at, can I see like what is this dude carrying? Does he got like night vision goggles on?
No,
No.
nope, no night vision goggles on, but he does have that big ass rifle.
Okay. It's got a scope on it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna try to stealth over in his direction. Like making my way from like bush to bush to
Sure.
tree, or just trying to stay out of his line of sight. And I want to try to close with him to eventually
Okay.
rip his throat out. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and stealth check.
Okay. Dexterity. And +3 for stealth. All right. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Bam. All right. That is 5 successes.
Oh, okay. So you skulk down and make your way down the side of the mountain you guys just came up and start going back towards him on the other side, leaving the group. Damaris.
Okay. Can I see the sniper? Can I do a check?
You can certainly
Since
check.
I just saw Sophie got hit from back.
Yes.
Okay. So, alertness and wits.
Yes. Wits and alertness.
Wow. No tens, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, maybe. Let's take a look. You do. You do see somebody hunkered down well, using basically like a small rock and some brush to keep his profile from being super visible. Can't make out a whole lot of detail, but you do see him and the long gun. Presumably, that's what he shot Sophie with.
Okay. Well, guess we're gonna do lure the flame on him.
Okay.
And I'm looking for something that's flammable as well. He's looking through the scope, so what would catch him on? Ideally, I'm trying to make something explode in his face.
Well, it's
like
not,
I did the grenade.
Right. So you're just gonna have to try and target him and hopefully, catch him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Well, we're gonna do it. So, okay. Sorry, it's a Colt and intelligence again.
Intelligence and occult. Yes.
Yep. 4. Okay.1, 2, 3. There is 110. 3.
3. Okay.
And
okay. So you end up starting a fire. Like the gun catches on fire, but you see him quickly discard it, and the gun to start to like superheat.
that's cool. That's fine as long as it gets him to stop.
So
okay. I mean, that's my turn.
Henri and Sophie. So Henri, the big skulking guys who look like she said murder hillbilly looking things, they're still running at you guys. The other guys who had been firing have stopped, and they yelled out, like, "What the hell are you guys doing here?"
I mean, part of me wants to do awe again to see if I can stop these guys. But if they've resisted the first time, will they just automatically resist it the second time, or how does that work?
You don't know. The one thing you're certain of is you guys are dealing with things that you've never dealt with before. So that could be part of it.
How close are they?
Next round, they will be within melee range.
All right, I'd like to vanish, step aside, so when they run in, I can slash through somebody's throat.
Okay, so you are going to go back to being stealthy again, which will happen at the end of this round. Sophie? Oh, and
Okay,
you spending any blood?
Yes.
I'm doing vanish. I'm vanish from the mind's eye is what I'm doing.
No, but it's a new round. Are you going to heal anything? Or did you only take 3 damage?
I only took the 2 damage. So
Oh, okay. So then you're good. Never mind.
okay.
So you were kind of hunkering down, not doing anything except for focusing on vanishing at the end of the round. Sophie.
Okay, so
He is going to go sneaky.
I would like to heal one, but also, like, does that count as my action? Because
Nope. Remember, using blood does not count as an action. It's just something
Okay.
you can do.
Because I also have a couple of blood packs on me, and I thought this would be a good time to just
Draining one would be an action.
so heal one and also drink one. Does that sound okay?
So that's fine. Sure.
Okay.
So you're not doing anything. You're presumably trying to stay low and pulling out a blood pack. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
Dale. So as I indicated, you got the 3 guys who have stopped firing, which for some reason Henri convinced them that despite their buddy blowing up, they should pause and ask why the hell you guys are doing this. So go fig. But the 2 murder hillbilly looking guys are going to be in hand-to-hand range next round. I mean, you can actually hear them as they're running, the thump, 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 and you're muted.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So they're going to be here real quick. These hulking dudes, they're not carrying any weapons, I take it. It's just them.
They're carrying machetes.
Hulking machetes. Okay. Okay. Whichever one is closest, taking a shot with my pistol.
Okay. Bam. You have hockey mask or ape mask?
Hockey mask.
Hockey mask. Okay.
I'll just try to blow away Jason here.
Okay. We all saw how well that happened in Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Die. Just die.
What would the difficulty be?
Difficulty of your firearm. So it's probably
Oh.
6 or 7, depending upon what type of firearm you have.
Oh, that's right. It is 6. Okay.
Okay.
Dang, no successes.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you pop a round off and it kind of goes wide. You like didn't have a good angle or something and caught on the tree. Who knows? So that is the end of that round. And just before we pause for the evening, Damaris and Remus, you guys end up, well, Henri, you end up vanishing. And you guys also see the sniper that was behind you vanish.
Yikes.
A Nosferatu sniper. I like that.
Well, okay, since he vanished in front of me, do I have the option to be able to try to see him?
Go right on ahead.
I mean, he's probably, doing the vanish from mind's eye sort of deal.
That is a very fair question. If you have some sort of heightened senses up or something, you can absolutely attempt to make that check.
I still have heightened senses up.
So go ahead.
Okay.
But if that's the case, it is a wits and awareness check.
Wits An awareness.
If I have Auspex 1, that is heightened awareness.
That is heightened senses, yes.
Okay, so can I?
Do I add that to my dice pool then, or how does that work?
It's just wits and awareness.
Oh. What's the difficulty?
It's still going to be 6.
Oh, 6. Okay, well, there's 110. Roll that again. So just 1.
Okay.
Oh,
Probably
I
not.
got 2.
2, okay. So, and again, just before we pause, so you guys, from whatever, either vantage point that you're at, you're still kind of trying to sneak down around the one side, and Damaris is trying to, even though she's got her back to the other guys, keep herself from, being shot. You're pretty certain he is physically not there anymore.
Was I able to see his face at all?
Not really, no.
Okay.
How about me?
No.
No. Okay.
Did I see his face?
No. Anybody else want to ask?
Did
no,
I see it? No.
No. No. And in fact, Henri, for you, his face was obfuscated, just his face. Instead of vanished of the mind's eye, it's vanished of the mind's face. Just how oddly specific.
He looks suspiciously like Prime Minister Trudeau before he vanished.
Yeah.
Right.
The media starts making this big deal. Prime Minister Trudeau vanishes from Ashland countryside. All of
After
Canada
shooting
concerned.
After shooting a defenseless owl.
Yeah. Invasion of Canada is planned.
That owl.
Americans call up the Baldwins for defense.
Nice.
That was from Davy Jones. Only you actually saw his face. It was the face. It was the face of what's the Colonel
Sanders.
No, not Colonel Sanders.
Mustard.
It's
Mustard.
Colonel Mustard.
oh shoot, I forgot the name of that Joe
Kitchen?
black metal band. It was basically no. Somebody took it was Colonel Murders is what it was. Basically, somebody took some sort of comment from like a super overzealous vegan about why they don't eat meat, and the response that somebody gave was like, "That is the most metal way to describe being a carnivore I've ever heard." And so somebody ended up taking it. That's basically what it is. It's Colonel Murders, The Insatiable Bloodlust, and they basically took that commentary that person did, and they put it to like a dark metal song, and they're like, and it's hilarious because they talk about I slay my foes with 7 herbs and spices, and things like that. It's way over the top, but it's hilarious.
Well,
Anyways,
from that to dating sim. Didn't they also make an RPG
what?
out of KFC?
Oh yes, they actually did. I remember that. There was, it came out just before Wendy's put out their RPG, which that was hilarious. Feasts of Legends.
I've actually run through. I've played a session of that.
Have you?
Really?
It's actually kind of fun. It's stupid, but it's actually kind of dumb.
I was surprised at how much effort they put into that packet and the art and everything. I was like, oh my god, they could have actually sold this. It's that good.
Yeah, like it wasn't just like, I mean, it was a publicity stunt, but it was one that they actually put just like a lot of effort into. Like they could have just, like, there's way too many classes in that thing for it to not just be like wait, no, guys, we could do a campaign. We could fight that evil clown in that one place.
That was hilarious. I love the fact that the main bosses were like McDonald's and
The Burger King.
Burger King, yeah. It was amazing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. Thank you guys for everybody who tuned in. Had a lot of fun. We got a new game coming up tomorrow. That is our Modern Age Heroes. It's the superhero game. We're going to be kicking off tomorrow night at 6. So if you're interested, tune in and check us out as Cool Imp said it's going to be what did he name his character? It's the debut of the
Sturgeon.
Scorchin' Sturgeon. So that would basically make him a flaming fish. So, at any rate, we'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a good night. Good night.
Good night.
No.
And